It's very good.
I'm a dancer, and I'm a traveler. And wherever I go, I experience the world one dance at a time. I'm Mickela Mallozzi, and this is Bare Feet. After seeing the importance of cultural education in the community for the kids, I head to our country's first American Indian school for higher education, the University of North Carolina at Pembroke.
The school started in 1887. A guy by the name of Hamilton Macmillan fell in love with the people here and their struggle to be educated. And he helped write a bill to get a school established. And it started out as a teacher training school to train our people to become teachers to teach the youth. And eventually, luckily, our people have always seen that education was very important. Our people are becoming educated, and that's a great thing. But because of time and because of our history, a lot of our culture was lost, not spoken about. And as Indigenous people, if you lose your oral history, you lose so much.
This is Michelle Fazio. She is the Assistant Professor of English here at the University of North Carolina at Pembroke. We are going to talk about a film that you worked on called The Voices of the Lumbee.
Voices of the Lumbee is about an hour-long documentary that looks at the regional history of the Lumbee tribe and the economic history of the region in Robeson County. It's the largest county in North Carolina, but also the poorest. And we really wanted to look at the negative media representations of the county to understand why so much job loss occurred here and its impact on the community. So the film really explores a very long history, the last 25 years really, of economic growth and decline and how it's shaped, generations. So it really tried to gather the work histories of Lumbee elders and just make it part of a longer narrative of American labor history.
So going back to the students that were impacted by creating this film, we know of a particular case. Her name is Alexis Locklear, and it sounds like she was very moved by this whole process.
She was moved. It was really tremendous to watch her grow over the past year and a half that she was involved. I mean, she's from the community. She's been active. She's now currently Miss Lumbee. And she used part of the film, her experience working on the film, as her platform to talk about the education that she's received about her culture.
I didn't know, as a youth in our community, how economically we were challenged, and what our elders went through. It actually changed my whole outlook on my tribe. I very, very proud in general, but even increased my pride because I know what they came from.
Mother started teaching me when I was just a child. The elder women from the tribe was together at my mother's house, and they'd be quilting. And I'd crawl under the quilting materials and pretend it was a tent. I was about 4 or 5 years old. Didn't know what I was learning. Until years later, and it all started coming back. I started knowing there was a reason for that. There's a reason these elder ladies taught the children, so it wouldn't be lost. So much of our culture was lost over the years. Our people sacrificed our culture in order to survive. There was laws passed that wouldn't let us speak our own language, wouldn't let us worship 7 days a week. So we started adapting to settlers' ways. We started farming like them, going to school like them, and pretty soon, nobody knew anything about us anymore. It was against the law to have powwows, so we just learned and taught each other.
My goal was to meet some of these women who have worked so hard to keep the native traditions alive. I was lucky enough to meet up with the members of the Women of the Sacred River Drum Society.
We wanted something to bring all the women together so we could unite and share our culture together and sing and, do things. And so it was the next step in bringing everyone together. And what we found within, 2 months, we had like 800 members.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. We want to unify everyone and really bring the songs and the ceremonies and the way it was back. We actually had a sister that was going through a very abusive time. I called Patricia. I said, go over to her house, baby. Just go there. And she went over there. She didn't have to say anything. She just went there and just sat. Just be. Yep. Because sometimes that support is worth its weight in gold. You know, when you're going through hard times and you feel so heavy and so alone, all of our sisters raise us up.
It tells you the story, or the creation story. This is what they call the tree of life, or tree of light. These are the orbs of light. It's the sky tree. And here's the sky dome. These are the thunders, like the clouds, and here's where Turtle Island is, which is like Pangea. And one of the gifts that were given was the corn, beans, and squash. The three sisters. So these are things that sustain us, and these two lines here show the separation of that world and the world below.
A lot of people may wear things that were passed down from generation to generation, or something was made especially for them. So it's just all part of who they are.
Yeah, we met some kids yesterday who were dressed in their regalia. They had specific colors and symbols that represented maybe people that had died. One lost a brother.
Right. That's right.
And it represented in their honor an uncle that passed. So it was interesting to see that.
Yeah. That's also why each regalia you see is going to be so different, because each regalia represents something about that person. You're never going to see two that are exactly the same. This is really a representation of our grandmothers and everything that we do.
And you mentioned that you, in the society, you are now making the fabrics and dyeing them in the old style.
Yeah.
So this dress is literally a product of the society coming together and really doing that again.
Recently I started emceeing, and the important part of it is understanding and teaching our young girls that you can do anything, but also helping the young men understand that women do have a voice and should use it. It reinforces so much.
And that's across all cultures.
Absolutely.
I don't think that's just Native. That is across the board, you know, women in general. So
well, it's up to us.
Yeah.
It's up to us to teach and to share and pass it on. There's a whole lot more that happens at powwows than just singing and dancing. That's right. I mean, we network. You know, there's so many business people. There's doctors and lawyers and Indian chiefs, you know, that come to powwows.
The elders were saying that the younger kids don't know a lot of their history, so going to these powwows, they're learning.
That's right.
As they're hearing the music, they're hearing the different northern and southern styles and the different dances, and they explain everything. For me, it's perfect because I don't know what's going on.
That's right.
It just looks beautiful to me, but to know the history of it.
I have two children, 25 and 15. I don't want to leave this earth without them knowing everything I can teach them. You know, it's my job to do that.
Yeah, of course.
And the same thing with all the other children.
I've started teaching people more now than ever before, which is, to me, is a blessing, because the people that taught me said, pass it on, don't take it with you.
Yeah.
And so I consider it an honor when people say, I want you to teach me to do what you're doing.
It's with great pleasure and excitement that I say I'm so thankful we're still here, you know, because I know without a shadow of a doubt that our seventh generation will know who we are.
I'm proud to be a Lumbee Indian. Yes, I am. Thank you.
Watch this entire episode and other Bare Feet dance adventures on your local PBS station, on the PBS app, or on pbs.org. Or just click right here to watch more. And be sure to find us online at travelbarefeet.com. Happy travels!